Hey, it's your girl Kate, and I'm coming back to you one more time with one shelter situation, I guess. I don't know. So somebody actually recommended this video, so that's why I'm doing it. Shout outs to you. And comment, subscribe, share. Please share. I'm trying to grow this channel. I've been on this platform for a minute. Honestly, in the beginning, I wasn't doing it for like just doing whatever. I was doing it for auditions, but not even the point. But now I want it to become something I can, you know, grow on and have fun with. And I like doing tapes and like to share my story, and I love to. Hopefully my voice don't sound too crazy. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully I don't have anything. My chest been hurting me, but that's not even the point of this video. I'm sorry. So just comment, subscribe, and share, please. If you don't want to share the shelter video, you can share another video, or you can even help me out by watching my other videos. I have over 700 videos, probably 800 now, because I literally post on basically every day. So yeah. So somebody wrote in the last shelter video that I did about how did I get added from the shelter to my apartment. So one thing I can say for this is that you have to be a big advocate for yourself. I mean, you have to be on it all the time with these housing specialists, if you have a housing specialist, or with your caseworker. Why I say that? Let me say this. I'm having another video coming out. Probably gonna do it actually today. I might just do another video today after this because I had an idea about another video. Thank you for you guys for giving me ideas for videos. I definitely need it. I have like a thing that I write for videos. Some videos I'm like, I think at a time when I think of him like, do I want to record that right now? Da, 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 da. So thank you for this idea. It really just, get the ball rolling in my life. And I like you guys. I love you guys. Okay. I love everybody. So that's pretty much not even the point of that part. So anyway, you have to be an advocate for yourself. Because initially when I went in the shelter, they tried to get me city FEPs. When I went for city FEPs, if you don't know, it's basically, I think they have one for families and one for not families. I'm not sure. They have two different kinds. They have FEPs and they have city FEPs. The problem is that when I left, the apartment that I left from, because I had only rented a room, her name was on the lease, but my name was on the lease. That's what they told me. And that I didn't owe her money. When I left, I didn't owe her any money. So that's the reason. The reason why I had to go to housing court is because me and the lady didn't get along, and that's the only way I could get into the shelter. So I told her to take me to the housing court, and I couldn't get an apartment at the time I was working part-time, and I couldn't afford to go part-time in an apartment living in New York City with my daughter. And I wasn't gonna live to any other state because I feel like New York is the best fit for me. I know people say New York is this and that or whatever. I love living in New York. That's how the best I can survive. My eyes not the greatest. I can't drive anymore. So to move to a state where most of the states we have to drive, and they're bus and trains, they cut off at a certain time, or you have to take Ubers everywhere. I don't like taking the taxis. I don't like to take Ubers. I don't think they're that safe. I feel safe in the New York City buses and trains all the time. I sleep in them all the time. I literally came off the bus just a while ago from sleeping. I'm in the mall right now. I'm at Kings Plaza. If you know what Kings Plaza look like, this is a new part of Kings Plaza, what came out I think last year. I don't know if you ever see Primark, but yeah. So I'm pretty much that kind of person. So I need a place like this, so I stay here. Not even the point. So when you have a housing specialist, you have to be on their back. Like roaches in a New York City apartment, you have to be on their back, okay? You have to be on their back because they don't like to help you. You gotta do a lot of research for yourself. They give you a list of apartments, but certain apartments, and also, I think it's city FEPs too, they only give you, I want to say it's $13.70 or 13 something a month, depending how big your family is. They give you a voucher based on how big your family is. I have a family of two because it's me and Katanya, right? So for apartments in New York City, and the program is only for New York City, and I don't think it's for New York City, I think it's only for New York City, most apartments are not going for that low. And if you get an apartment, and if you get an apartment what's higher than that, and you do a side deal, like, say they'll give you this money and then you pay probably $100 extra onto the rent, they call it a side deal, and you can get in trouble for that. Because in case you don't pay your rent and there's a whole big problem with you and the landlord, you get in trouble for that. So I'm like, I can't afford to be doing that. So that's personally why that didn't work for me, and they said I didn't qualify for it. They had another program if you I don't know the name of it, but it's been since, it's about to be 2 years next month. So a lot of the things for that, I don't remember, like certain names, whatever. They had another program that said if you work in a certain amount of hours, you can get in the program. I tried that. The housing specialist didn't want to work with me at one point. I think she just didn't like black people a little bit, to be honest. But my other housing specialist worked with me, and I almost qualified for it, but something else happened. I feel like, honestly, God was just blocking all these things because he wanted me to get an apartment that I got now. So that's basically how that worked, right? So I got into... All right. So I put in for NYCHA public housing, 2014, I believe. I put in for Section 8. And the funny thing, when I call Section 8 now, I actually want to call them after this video. I was thinking of calling them in the bus and I didn't. I applied for Section 8 way before they closed it in New York City. That's how long ago I had applied for it. And then close to the time I went about to go to the shelter, even before that, like probably 2002, probably 13, 12, I've been calling and said they can't find my stuff in the system. I'm like, you can't find my stuff in the system? I'm like, y'all are bugging out. So I heard about NYCHA. I applied for NYCHA, and I got into NYCHA. But it took me 4 years to get into NYCHA. Because right now it's 2020. I'm about to be in my apartment for 2 years, February, I think 17th of this year. I think it was 17th I moved in, 2018. So I put in 2014 before, I want to say before I got pregnant, I put in for NYCHA. I think when I was married, I put into NYCHA. So, I said when I got married in 2014, I applied for NYCHA. I didn't know the process was going to be so long, and they do lotteries, and I'm like, this is too much. This is way too much. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, it's crazy. Honestly, telling you right now, NYCHA's not all it cracked up to be. I'm not used to really living in buildings and stuff like that. They have another program people can get at Section 8 with NYCHA right now, because some other person said they got Section 8 with NYCHA, whatever like that. I don't know how that works, because that I didn't have to. I'm to tell you about my experience. So yeah. So I did all of that. I called NYCHA. I'm fast forwarding now to when I was in shelter. I called NYCHA. I'm like, what's going on with my application? I'm in the shelter right now. Because at first I was just in like, I need an apartment before. I was by myself. Blase. I called NYCHA. I'm living in a shelter right now. Come to find out, I was in a shelter for, at this point, I put my, when you go to shelter first, they tell you to go to HRA. Oh, my eyelashes. Go to HRA, and they tell you to go to HRA, right? And go to public assistance case. They do, that's what the good shelter's supposed to be doing. They put you onto NYCHA. They tell you about City Fest. They tell you about all the programs that they have, what can help you, right? So, okay. So this part I didn't know, and probably that's why it took so long for me to get out. But it could just be that the process in general takes forever and a half, okay? Takes forever and a half. So apparently every 6 months to a year, you have to update your information so they know that you're still seeking for a place, because they do sporadic lotteries. That's what I was told, right? So when I went into shelter, I was like, oh, they actually did NYCHA application. I was like, yeah. She said, was the last time you updated it? I was like, it's been a while. She said, no, you have to update it all the time. So at the time, this is the shelter I had to stay in for like only 10 days or whatever. You know, that first preliminary, and they kick you out if your stuff is not what they need, whatever, right? So I went to, she applied, she did everything for me. She updated it, and it was good to go. And they put the shelter address, which is good. So I went to another shelter, and they said actually same thing. I was like, yeah, I updated it, And they usually sending you stuff in the mail to say, oh, your stuff has been updated, blase, and the third, right? And tell you what section you are. I think NYCHA has about 4 sections or 5 sections. They have, I believe the DV, which is domestic violence one, is the highest one. I think it's 04, 02. They have different numbers for it, so they know which people are which and which cases are which things. They have one for the shelter, I believe it's under it. And I want to say foster care. I don't know. But the ones I know for sure they have, and they have like different, I think it's actually more than that, because they have overcrowding. When you do your application for NYCHA, they ask you for which like you are in. You gotta tell them. I told them I was in a shelter. This is the problem. a lot of caseworkers are lazy as hell and they don't want to do their job properly. So when you're in the shelter, they're supposed to give you a letter, tell you to get like the housing letter, to either bring it to Brooklyn. But some people at night, just when you call the number, say, oh, don't if you need a NYCHA number too, I can give it to you. If you need it, just right at the bottom, I need it and I'll give it to you. I don't know if it's really, if you really need it or not. So they told me that, oh, I need to make the people from the shelter put in that I'm in the shelter. I was like, wouldn't they have known to put that in because they work at the shelter? They said no, so people don't know how to do that, things like that. And I'm like, I'm confused. I'm really confused. Why would they not, if they work there and they claim they're supposed to be doing everything, why would they not put that I'm in a shelter? So that happened. I mean, I was calling back and forth tonight. I was like, oh, did they put it under the thing for shelter yet? I'm like, no. People in my shelter didn't know. Like, workers didn't know anything. They were clueless as hell. They're the ones supposed to put it in the system, like, oh, you're in the shelter or whatever. Or call or send you with a paper to Brooklyn to say that, you're there. So they know that you're supposed to be in a higher priority list. So when they do the lottery, you can get your apartment. They weren't doing that. I had to advocate for myself. And yeah, so one day, I'm kind of, I'm not saying nervous, but I don't want people to say, oh, you shouldn't have got it because, whatever. But I was waiting for 4 years at this point, and at this point I had my daughter. So I feel like I deserve that. Just saying, right. So one day I was on a train coming from Manhattan, taking my daughter to school in Brooklyn, her daycare at the time. I used to sleep on a train because it was like an hour ride from 125th Street in Harlem to all the way to Utica. That's where her daycare is. She don't go there anymore, so I don't care. I used to take the bus. I used to take the 60 or the 30. I think it was 60 from where LaGuardia. I used to stop before LaGuardia. I lived at the landing. So I used to take the bus to the train to another bus, which was the 46, to get my daughter to school every morning, right? I'm going to do a video also about shelter, depression, because it's real. If you don't know, it's real, okay? So I did that, whatever, and this lady saw me on the train, and she has a daughter. I feel like, she's a little angel, I don't know, but she had a daughter. She saw me, she said, oh, she saw me sleeping. I saw her 2 days in a row, right? And it's weird for me to see, well, I don't look at people anyway, so probably I can see her often and I don't even know, which is kind of crazy, right? But I haven't seen her again since then. So maybe she saw me and I didn't know, but I don't really look at people's faces or whatever like that. So she told me, she asked me, oh, every day I slept in the train. I mean, me and Katanya slept in the train every single day. I don't think she was in her stroller. Maybe she had a stroller. I don't remember at that point. But she helped me one time with Katanya upstairs. I think I had a stroller actually. She asked me, are you in the shelter? And I was like, yeah. And I was confused. And she said, how you doing? Da, da, da. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, how did she know that? Like, who comes to a random person who they don't know, are you in the shelter? I'm like, what? So I dropped off Katanya, went to work that day, picked up Katanya. Next day, I saw her again. And I asked her, she said, how you doing? Da, 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 da. I have a friend who works at NYCHA or whatever. And she said, let me look at your stuff. Because at this point, I've been going back and forth between NYCHA and the shelter, and then nobody is putting my name under shelter. So right now, my list, even though I put my stuff in for, at this point, I've been in shelter for a year. My status for NYCHA has not changed. And it's supposed to change into shelter. So they know that I'm in a shelter, so I'm going to be on a damn lottery. So, yeah. So she said, I have a friend, give me your name, give me the shelter you're living in, and she will see what she can do, whatever like that, right? So I was like, okay, cool. And I said, how did you know I was in the shelter? She said, I saw you sleeping on a train. I'm like, see, because I always had a fear of like people could see that I was homeless. So I try to not have that stigmatism of like this person's homeless, it looks homeless or whatever like that. So I was like, she could see me that I look homeless because I'm sleeping. I'm like, even when I wasn't homeless, I was sleeping on a damn train. I'm like, that don't make no sense, but that's how she saw it. That's how God made her see it. It is what it is. But yeah, the lady finally who worked at NYCHA finally put me under shelter status. Like, it had to be a stranger who wasn't her job to help me at all, to do the job properly. Like, you have to, it was a miracle. But honestly, that's how I got under shelter status for NYCHA. And then they called me up for my interview, and that's how I got it. So if you watch my other videos, you know how NYCHA is. NYCHA has no heat. NYCHA has water when they feel like it, especially this winter. And when they did have the hot water took a minute to come on. And I have a 4-year-old, and I want to bathe, and we can't go to bed without bathing. So I'm grateful. That's why I don't like to complain about certain things, because it's like, I used to live in a shelter. Should I complain about certain things like this? But at the end of the day, I'm a human, and I want to live like a human do. So I feel like I should have the basic necessities. I'm not asking you for a luxury gym inside the damn building. I'm just asking for some heat and some water. Like, it don't make no sense. And now, if you don't know about NYCHA, they do 30% of your income, right? I'm not working right now. I have unemployment. I have HRA, whatever. I've been looking for a job since last year, June. Actually, I've been looking for a job for like last year, March. Because I felt like June was going to be hot a mess with the job I had before. And it's supposed to be 30% of your income. They're charging me more. And I first had my caseworker. I was like, yo, I gave them paperwork. Did give them certain paperwork to claim how much you're working. I gave them that. They said they're going to still charge me. They want to feel how they're charging me. I'm like, I went to the supervisor. The supervisor told me, this is January, about to be February. So by the time you see this, probably February 1st, to be honest. I went to the supervisor. I told him, like, whatever. This is the information. I gave him the paperwork. I make sure everything is, documented. He said, all right, I'm going to change it. I'm still need to see it in the other system, whatever. They see how much I'm getting. They see how much unemployment I'm getting. They see how much money from HRA I'm getting. I'm not getting cash assistance. I don't have cash assistance at all right now. I used to, but they said with my unemployment, which is not even a lot, I worked part-time. They say I made too much. So I'm like, if you make a penny over, they were trying to cut off everything. I'm like, whatever. Let me pay for my daughter's school. I don't care. And they give me a little food stamps. I'm like, whatever. They paid $27 in rent. $27 they paid for my rent. So obviously, whatever. So right now, NYCHA, instead of adjusting everything together like it's supposed to, they are not. So they want me to pay the rest of it out of my pocket. I'm like, no, take me to court. I'm playing around. I give you the documentation saying I'm not getting this. You're getting the amount the city is paying you, and you're still trying to play me? Don't play me. Y'all can't even give me water properly. Y'all can't even give me heat properly. It be 20 degrees outside and 20 degrees in my apartment. That don't make no sense. Like, y'all can't even give me the basic necessities, but y'all trying to up my rent. Like, come on. So that's happening, right? So you might say, oh, I want to get into this because, yeah, it's better than shelter, definitely. But just be aware, certain things they might not have. Like, you want, like, I'm just saying. And if people say get a heater, I don't want to get a heater because I feel like that's like a fire hazard waiting to happen. I just don't want to be a person with my apartment on fire, and I don't like fire, so yeah. What else? So now I'm going to Brooklyn Borough, whatever, and they're the ones who are gonna because I told the guy, I was like, he said, I talked to him this week and he said he's not gonna change. I'm like, but you have the paperwork. I'm like, okay. I did an interview with a certain station the other day. My thing didn't come out yet, so I didn't want to I still have that video loaded about talking about what I talked about on my interview or whatever, but I'm not putting it out until the thing on TV airs. So that's what I'm waiting for right now. But I had told them that certain things with NYCHA, certain things that I'm having with NYCHA, so I'm like, whatever. So what else? So I had to go over because the people at the housing office is not listening to me. So I had to go over. I tweeted to them too. I'm not playing with these men. Like, I'm not playing with y'all. I tweeted y'all. I don't feel with y'all. I don't care if I saw this video or not. I tweeted you. Yes. I tweeted you. Not even the point. So I went over the head to the borough something office, and I'm complaining to them, and they're supposed to get back to me what's going on, because I'm like, you know what your job is, and you're not doing it after I bring all the paper documentation showing you what is going on. You need to do your job. So hopefully I get your update what's good about that soon. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me the idea. Thank you for being awesome. So if you have any more ideas about anything, even about shelter, if you have any more questions you want me to do a full video about, I'm definitely down to do a full video. I might do a video with other people who've been in a shelter, because remember the PSA I did the other day? They are having, I guess, a party, or they make us watch a documentary or whatever. So I'm definitely gonna be seeing if I could talk to some of the people in there and see how they feel about me interviewing them. If they did a whole damn documentary, I don't think they care if they did another one for my YouTube channel. So, yeah, guys, thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being wonderful. You're the best. Peace. Later.